Hey there and welcome. Do you ever get that weird feeling that some of the choices you make aren't 100% your own? Well, you're not crazy. Today, we're diving into something called nudge theory. These invisible forces all around us that are constantly and very quietly shaping our daily decisions. I mean, think about it. The last time you were in a grocery store or a cafeteria, why is the healthy stuff, like an apple, always sitting right there at eye level, practically begging you to grab it, while the candy bars are kind of tucked away? Is that just an accident? Or is there something much, much smarter going on here? Well, the answer starts with this idea of an invisible architect. See, the way our choices are laid out, whether it's in a store or on a website, is almost never random. It's a design, a very deliberate one. This whole idea has a name. It's called choice architecture. It's the framework, the structure in which we all make our choices. And here's the part you really gotta get. There's no such thing as a neutral design. Every single menu, every website, every form you fill out has an architecture that is influencing the outcome. Think of it like this. A real architect designs a building with hallways and doors to guide you from one room to another, right? Well, a choice architect does the same thing for your decisions. They're not locking any doors. You can still go wherever you want, but they sure are making one hallway look a lot more inviting and easier to walk down than all the others. So why does this stuff work on us so well? I mean, why are we so easily guided? To really understand that, we need to take a quick look inside our own heads at the two very different systems we use for thinking. It turns out our brains are kind of running on two different operating systems. You've got system one, which we can call the doer. It's fast, automatic, intuitive. It's your gut reaction. Then you have system two, the thinker. This one's slow, careful, and it takes real conscious effort to use. Now, take a wild guess which system is running the show for, about 95% of our day? Yep, it's system one. And nudges, they're designed to speak directly to that fast, automatic part of our brain. And that right there brings us to the official textbook definition of a nudge. It's any little feature of that choice architecture that changes our behavior in a predictable way. But here's the most important part. It does this without banning any options. It's not a law, it's not a rule, it's just a little push, a gentle suggestion. All right, so how do people actually do this? What does it look like in the real world? Let's pop the hood and look at a few of the most powerful tools in the nudge toolkit. First up, we have what might be the most powerful nudge of them all, defaults. This one is an absolute monster, and it plays on one of the most powerful forces in the universe, our own inertia. We just tend to stick with whatever the pre-selected option is, because, changing it takes effort. And wow, does this example show you just how powerful defaults are? In countries where you have to actively check a box to opt in to be an organ donor, the rates are super low. But in countries where the default setting is that you are a donor unless you go out of your way to opt out, the numbers just explode, often jumping to over 90%. Same people, same decision, just a different default. It's incredible. Okay, tool number 2. This one taps into that little voice in our head that's always wondering, what's everyone else doing? We are deeply social creatures, and we are hardwired to follow the herd. So nudges that use social norms just show us what the herd is doing. Check out this classic example. Some utility companies started putting a simple little sentence like this on people's energy bills. They didn't offer a cash reward, they didn't threaten a penalty, they just held up a mirror and said, hey, by the way, this is what your neighbors are doing. And you know what? It worked like a charm. That little bit of social pressure was way more effective at getting people to save energy than just about anything else. All right, our third tool is all about framing. Because it's not just what you say, it's how you say it, right? The way you present information, the frame you put around the facts, can totally change how we feel about it. I mean, just look at this. A 90% survival rate and a 10% mortality rate. Logically, it's the exact same information. The data is identical. But emotionally, they're worlds apart, aren't they? One sounds pretty good, reassuring even. The other sounds absolutely terrifying. That is the power of framing. Okay, let's pause for a second. This stuff is incredibly powerful. And that brings up a really, really important question. Where's the line? When does a helpful little guide cross over and become straight-up manipulation? The philosophy that tries to justify all this has a really weird name, Libertarian Paternalism. I know, that sounds like a total contradiction, right? But it breaks down like this.
Libertarian, because your freedom to choose is always protected. You can always say no. And paternalism, because the goal is to gently steer you towards what is, hopefully, a better outcome for you, like eating healthier or saving more for retirement.
Now, the guys who really put all this on the map are Richard Thaler and Cass Sunstein. Their huge 2008 book, called Nudge, brought these ideas out of academia and into the real world. They even came up with a simple checklist for a good nudge, the EAST framework. Make the choice easy, attractive, social, and timely. And this is really where the rubber meets the road, ethically speaking. On one side, you have good nudges. They're transparent, and they're designed to help you reach your own goals. Think of a feature on your phone that helps you limit your screen time. But on the dark side, you have what are called dark patterns. These are deceptive. They're designed to exploit your psychological quirks, like an app that's built to be addictive, or a confusing website that tricks you into signing up for something you don't want. It all comes down to intent. So, we're going to leave you with this thought. Choice architecture isn't something we can get rid of. It's inevitable. It's all around you right now. So the question isn't if we should have it, it's who gets to design it. Who should be the architect of our choices? The government? Big companies? Should we be trying to design it for ourselves? Now that you can see the blueprint, that's the real question.